So y'all changed the back?
Huh?
The room?
Yeah. Long story.
Oh, okay. Okay.
People that just left out be complaining about little bullshit.
Mm.
Bullshit. And then they like the lighting on this side.
I like the lighting.
Yeah.
Mm.
They cops. You know how cops are. They just.
Finding reasons.
Exactly.
Is it on here? I'm gonna share it from my.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up? It's your girl Q. I want to say good evening to everyone. Welcome to Creative Emotions Show, where you're going to get this good energy, these good vibes. You're going to get some information. You're going to get motivation. Did I mention these good vibes? Okay. I just want to make sure. Listen, I just want to say what's up to everyone who is chiming in. I'm going to do this early because every time I do this, it's just, it always mess up. But I want to give a shout out to everyone who is on. I'm going to share this really quick. Make sure you guys, Facebook. Make sure you guys share this video. Tonight, the topic is about single parenting. And I want you guys to share this video. This is really good information, seeing that, a lot of our population is parents that are single, whether it's women, men, grandparents, it varies, but it's still a thing. And it is ways that we can get around this. It is ways that we can try to make the best out of our situations that may be damnable to other people, or, I couldn't deal with this or I couldn't deal with that. So I just want you guys to share this video. Like I said, really good information. There are sponsorship opportunities if you want your business to be seen before or after the show, or doing commercials. You can reach me at creativeemotions3@gmail.com. You can reach me at www.creativeemotions.com, The Creative Emotions. So that's www.thecreativeemotions.com. You can also send me a message there. You can follow me on my social media platforms. Everything you can just put in Vaquita Taylor. So that's Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, even TikTok. Okay, I be doing my thing. No, I'm just playing. I ain't dancing. My children will clown me, but I ain't doing that. So I want to give a big shout out to WGOD and Podcastic Network. Just give a shout out to you guys. So again, this is single parenting. When you think about that, it's not a real definition, because it can come in a lot of different shapes and forms. So single family homes, although common, have been very stressful for adults and children. Everyone don't have the pleasure of being in a home with a nucleus. Family dysfunction, unfortunately, has become function for some. So today we see all types of single family homes, from single fathers, mothers, and grandparents. So there are a couple of dynamics. But I do want to let you guys know you can call in. This is a live show, so you can call in if you have any comments, concerns, you have some encouragement, if you have any techniques being a single parent that you want to share with the other listeners. You can call 313-855-5737. Again, this is a live show, so you can call in if you have any concerns, you have any encouragement, motivation, or if you just want to comment on this topic. Again, that number is 313-855-5737. So, stress that single parents face in reality on a daily is clear, cut, and precise. We don't have to really have any fancy things. When it comes to visitation and custody, that's not just for married people. That is, for any type of relationship or, situation where you have a child with another person. So that can be with the courts, unfulfilled verbal agreements and things of such. I actually seen someone picking up their children from the police department. And it just saddened me that, at one point it was somebody that you loved, somebody that you cared about, and to bring another human, another life into this world, and then you're not even to communicate enough, to pass your child along. It just saddens me. It saddens my heart that, that the fight is not against each other, but we won't see that in the natural. Everything look like it's us against them, but it's really not. And so that's the part that kind of saddens me. So continuing conflicts between the parents. So the children being in the middle, having a divorce. Myself, the children are inevitably sometimes in the middle. So that's a problem. So less opportunity for parents and children spending time. So the parent working, the child going to school or work, that's less opportunity for the parents and the child to, connect on that level. School performance and peer relationships. This affects our children in so many ways. So I just want you guys to, pay attention to your children. When you see these different things arise, you can kind of pinpoint what's going on. So extended family relationships disrupted. So if this was a relationship where you guys did a lot together, or, you had other family that was involved, these type of situations can affect that relationship. So problems caused by the parents dating and entering new relationships. I noticed that this is the issue because people are immediately judged when they do decide to move on. And so what I learned is that people are going to have something to say regardless. So it's either, when you going to find somebody else, or, why are you talking to somebody else, or it's too soon, or, everybody has their own opinion about, what's best for you. So just know what's best for you when it comes to that. So there's no question that a single parent home is very well capable of raising a successful child. It's been happening forever, for eons. You have a lot of successful people that have come from single parent homes. So it's not to say that this is, the end of the road for people, because it's not. People can still move forward with that. So the goal is to raise a happy, healthy child, but unfortunately we are faced with different times where small children and even teenagers have been exposed to adult things of this world. And when I talk about adult things, I'm talking about sexual, some of them like smoking. You have a lot of children now are vaping and doing sexual acts. This has been going on for our time, for a long time, but now it just seemed like it's a propaganda. It's a thing, like everything is sexual. So our children are just overexposed to things like that. Working early at an early age to try to help in the home, that's another thing. Molestation, confused about their sexuality, and that's a thing that is happening at an alarming rate. This confusion about their sexuality. So depression and anxiety has actually buffeted this generation almost to a stagnated point. It's like everywhere you turn, people are literally in their minds. They are tormented. They are going through. And so while we have our own things going on and we feel like I'm putting the roof over your head and I'm paying the bills, and people away from the home all the time because they paying the bills, at the end of the day, you have to pay your bills, but you also have a responsibility as a single parent to just make sure that your child is healthy mentally and physically. That's our job to do that. And so just be mindful of that and keep an eye on, your child and the changes that happens. I'm talking small to teenage, even to young adults, because I don't believe in putting your child out at 18 years old. I just feel like that's crazy. I don't know who started that, but I just feel like that's kind of insane, because if you haven't given your child the correct tools to come out into this society that you're living in, that is difficult, to put an 18-year-old out of the house without the necessary tools, I just think that's like coming into the world backwards. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the people that they would encounter, and it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help them. Now, some of them, they be ready to go, and there's really nothing you can do. It's like, okay, well, hopefully I put enough into you so that you can, add to the world and not take away or be a menace, if you will. So, some of them, it's really no choice. But the way depression and anxiety has affected everybody is really at an alarming rate. So they really do need both parents. Like I said, even if it is a single family home, if the other parent is willing and able, allow them the time to pour what they can. So I just want to give a shout out to all the single parents. How about that? Give a shout out to them. If you are doing this and you don't have help, or you have minimal help, or you have help but it's not to the degree that can take a load off on you, that shout out is for you. No matter what it is, if the child is with one parent more than the other, the responsibilities on that one parent more than the other, then it is what it is. I know some people don't have the other parent involved at all. I can't say that I know what that feel like, because just nobody to give you no relief, nobody to give help, nobody to call. That has to be a hard place to be in. And so again, I want to give you guys a shout out and just tell you, please, don't give up on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Take the time you need for yourself. So I want to encourage all parents, handle your grown-up feelings and issues. What I've noticed and what I've had to be careful in doing is having conversations around my children, or even having conversations with them about certain things. So our children see when we are happy, sad, angry, upset, all the time, taking matters out on them. Letting our children know our negative feelings are not about them can actually go pretty smooth. I had one day, I had a day. It wasn't too stressful. It was just an emotion that I was feeling. And so I always encourage people, when you feel these different emotions, allow yourself to feel. Don't hold it in and, walk around like you just tough and rough and you can't show that. If you need to go in the bathroom, if you need to go in your car, whatever you need to do, don't hold those emotions in. And so when I came home, I can't recall what happened, but I was sitting at the table and tears was coming out of my eyes. But I wasn't like going crazy. Tears were just coming out my face. And my son came and was like, Mom, what's going on? I said, I'm feeling away. I'm allowing myself to feel. I said, and this helps me to keep my balance. And I explained that to him while the tears were still coming out of my face. I said, nothing is wrong. I'm allowing myself to feel. This is how I feel at this moment. And I'm releasing it. He was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to let you release it, and I'm going to let you have your time. And he left. That may be crazy to some people, but for me, I'm trying to open up the fact that we are human and we do have emotions. It is a lot when, you're trying to do your own life and trying to do your children's life. And if you have multiple children, there's multiple personalities, there's different situations. If you have learning disabilities or, whatever it is, like it can be a lot. And so just allowing yourself to feel and get those emotions out and then just starting back up again. So with that, I felt like that was, something that my son was like, okay, that's different, but okay, he said, I'm going to allow you to feel and I'm going to excuse myself. My son, 13 years old, but for him, he's used to that with me because I just try to keep that open communication where they are included into my life. So they're not aside from my life. They are included into my life to a certain degree, though. Because I can't, they're going to be all of my business. But so now all ages are different, but those with teenagers, kick it with them. Like, talk to them. I talk to my daughters, just sit on the couch, let them put their legs around you, put their head on your shoulder, and just have that intimate time, when you can. I know it may be difficult. Like all week I've been working like 12-hour shifts. And my kids, I would come sit on the couch, and they would just come and put their head on my shoulder, sit there. We'll talk for a minute, and we'll have our little time, and then they'll go their way. And I make sure that I try to make time for them, aside from making time for myself. So just be mindful of that. It's very helpful for them, and we can build up, some really productive young adults if we just be intentional with that. So try to keep the gossip about others down with family or adult issues because they can hear. They hear us when we're on the phone. They may see us in our frustration, but just, try to be mindful of that. I know personally I try not to down talk the other parent, in front of them because they're going to see what they need to see at, when they need to see it. There's no need for us to say, oh, they do this or they do that all the time. They're going to see it, or they may bring it to you. You just never know. So just be mindful. So again, this is just encouragement. When you come to this channel, this is not me telling you anything. I'm inviting you into a different perspective to look at things a different way. I know everybody has their way of looking at things, and at Creative Emotions, this is what you get. Good energy, good vibes, motivation, good information. I go and look up certain things because my main thing is self-help, self-love, encouragement, motivation. And so that's what you're going to get from me. I'm not an expert. I'm not telling you what to do. I am simply inviting you into a different perspective to look at things different and to do things that I know that work. So that's the whole point, and I just hope you get it. And again, if it helped one person, then you know what I say. It's done its job. Period. So financial concerns, these are some of the things that we need to watch. We need to watch when we're talking to our children about this financial concerns, infidelity, or conflict with the opposite parent, because this can make them feel anxious. It can make them feel like it's their fault or like they want to solve your issues. It's not their job. Our children did not ask to be here. So it's our job just to build a safe environment for them, not hostile, and with all that negative energy and anger all the time. So let's get back to the core. You, as a parent, I want to encourage you to make time for yourself. Self-care looks different for everybody, so do what's best for you. It's not a one-size-fits-all. And I just want people to understand that we can give these encouraging words and different antidotes on how to do and what to do, and and it's not a one size fit all. You may take one thing out of everything I said, and then you may go somewhere else and get other seeds or other ways. And this is just a part of our journey. Not everything is for everyone. So your self-care may look different than the next person's. But what I'm encouraging you to do is to be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself, and focus on that self-care because it's important. And again, whatever that looks like for you. For me, I know I try to go get a massage. Every month I take time out. I listen to audiobooks. I don't do a lot of TV. I don't just surround myself around a lot of negativity or gossip. I try to be mindful of that. I try to be mindful of what I bring into my spirit because ultimately that's what my children are going to have to pull from. That's what other people that I encounter will have to pull from. And so for me personally, my self-care is just feeding my spirit, feeding my mind, feeding my body foods that can help me with my energy and different things like that. So again, it's different for everybody. So, whatever works for you. So one of the major things that I see is dating while being single, while being a single parent. I was scrolling on Instagram. They had a dating site for single parents. That's a first. I ain't never seen that one. I don't know if you've seen it, but I was like, okay, like they getting a little crafty here. So I don't know how that works. Somebody call in if you used it, but yeah, I don't know how that works. But parents are called selfish when they allow someone else to enter into their lives. So when is too soon? You know, I keep telling everybody, this is your journey, this is your lane, this is your life. We all have a choice. Whatever you choose, be okay with your choice. Don't be, you know, so quick to take everybody's opinion of how you do your life, because it's your life, it's your journey. So when is too soon to start dating? Can somebody tell you that? No. You know, you got to know what's best for you. Is it okay to bring someone around that you're dating? Like you ultimately want to see, like, okay, how are they around my children? How my children feel about them? You know, so it's steps to this. But I found this to be like really uncomfortable when people start talking about it. Like, oh, you bringing people around your children? No, you shouldn't bring everybody you talk to around your children. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't even expose your children to that. And you should have, you know, a bit of a discerning spirit to know even if they even worth, you know, a bit of your time. But a lot of times you can be bamboozled. You can be fooled. You know, you can see one thing and it may be another. You can be told one thing and it can be another. So it's different things for different people. Like I said, it's no one size fit all. So do you see the cries of your children while you're trying to put your own life back together? Again, people are called selfish when they begin to do things for themselves. So do you feel like you're selfish because you're doing things for yourself? You know, you got to put those things into perspective and really see, you know, how you're balancing that. Because if your balance is off and you're giving more to outside than you are your offspring, then your balance may be off and you may need to go to the drawing board. That's just, you know, an encouragement with that. So there are different dynamics when it comes to single-family homes and where they stem from, because it can be parents that were never together, parents that were married, parents that don't even know each other. Like, how about that? That's a real thing. I ain't know them. We just hooked up, and the person had the baby. Like, that's a thing. And it's like, now you're a single parent. So, you know, all of these dynamics are different. Everybody's, you know, situation is different. You have grandparents that, you know, are raising their grandchildren, or a grandparent, still a single parent home, a grandparent that is raising their grandchildren. You know, that's still, you know, it can be a stressful situation for, you know, a grandparent to live their whole life, raise you, now they have to raise your children. You know, so that it has to be heavy, you know, in different situations. Everybody's dynamic is different. Thank you so much, Keith, for watching. Thank you for your comment. Again, make sure you share this with people that you know. Tag those people that may be single parents that just need that encouragement to know, you know, it's not over. It's definitely not over. So no matter the dynamic, the adverse effects can be negative in nature, producing the same hurt children, teenagers, and young adults. And this cycle could continue if we don't put a stop to it. If we don't say, hey, you know what? The buck is stopping here. The buck is stopping with me. It comes with, you know, it's stopping with me when it comes to, we can't go back to how, you know, things were, because whatever, you know, happened, it made us the dynamic people that we are now. Did you know that you were dynamic? Well, I'm telling you, you are dynamic. You are magnificent. You are awesome and amazing. If nobody told you, I told you today. So even with that, you know, we have to continue to understand how these effects can affect our children. But let it stop with you. Find your village. Find a group of healthy people to be around you and your children, because spirits are real. It doesn't matter how spiritual you are. The bottom line is we are spirits and we're having human experiences. So it doesn't matter what your religion is, what you believe, how you believe, if you read the Bible, if you go to church, if you don't, where you worship, how many times you pray. Put all of that aside. You are a spirit having human experiences. And so with that, You need to watch who your spirit is around, you and your children. So find your village, find your tribe, find those people that have your back and you have theirs, because that's important, just to be what it is that you want. You know, a lot of people want to have that village, they want to have those people, but they are not people that another person can count on. So, you know, just be mindful with that. Seek out the support groups. They have support groups everywhere. You know, Facebook, my sister, give a shout out to my sister, Derica Taylor. She started a group called Mom to Mom. And just talking about things, you know, that you go through as parents, and, you know, just check her out, Derica Taylor on Facebook, and she's trying to grow her support group almost, you know, talking about things that we go through as parents, and, you know, just talking about it on there. So you have Facebook groups, dad to dad social groups, just social media, period. Did I mention that you got this? Did I mention that? You got this. So don't give up on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. You know, I want to really encourage you. So I pray for single females and males alike that the help you need, desire, and deserve come with clarity, acceptance of your children, authenticity in their spirit, and a willingness to learn you as you are. I pray your household will hold peace and calmness, order, and sanity. I pray that for your home. Anybody that's watching, I pray that for your home today. So it's time to be intentional about building positive relationships with our children when you are a single parent. And so I'm going to go through a few of these. And again, I want to thank you guys for watching. Again, share this with people that you know. So make the most of every moment. Quality time can happen anytime, anywhere. So if you drive and cut the radio off, tell them put those phones down, and y'all kick it. Just kick it with them. Really understand the human beings that you have created. Understand them as individuals. Just because what we put in them, that doesn't determine who they will be and who they are. So make that time and get to know them. So be interested, not just blowing them off and, you know, like, okay, not right now or later, you know, while you on the phone talking about a bunch of nothing, or while you playing a video game all the time. Make that time for them. Be interested in them. And so, you know, knowing what are your favorite things? What are your children's favorite things? Sports, music, art. You know, get them to show you a day in their life. Like, what is it that you like to do? You know, if it's drawing, if it's, you know, art, if it's painting, like whatever it is, get to know that. Pay positive attention. That's social cues like eye contact, smiling, laughing, hugs as often as you can. If they walking by you, just grab them. If you watch this video today, hug on your babies today. Hug on your teenagers today. Hug on your young adults today. Hug on your adults today. Your children, period. Just hug on them. That's paying positive attention. So if you have multiple children, make one-on-one time with them. Just seeing that, you know, like I said, I have 3, but they all are different. And so you got to figure out, okay, well, you know, my son might want me to sit here and just watch him play the game, and while he tell me about all this stuff I have no idea about. But I listen and I try to, you know, sit there, and he want to tell me about, you know, the things that happen on the game, or if he watched something, and come here, Mom, and come in my room, and come sit down, let me talk to you, and let me tell you about this. So I'll be like, no, not right now. You know, I'll be like, okay, you know, give me a second. Or I'll come in there, I'll lay on his bed and, you know, talk to him or whatever. And so just, you know, find that time. If you have multiple children, find that time to sit, to hug, to talk to them. Praise them for the big and small things. I noticed that, you know, just like adults, you know, we expect people to do certain things, and we don't give those thank yous and that acknowledgement. And so just saying, you know what, oh my God, thank you so much for taking the trash out. Thank you for washing the dishes and I didn't have to say anything. Thank you for keeping your room clean. Thank you for making your bed because I told you, you know, when you get out of it to make it. Or whatever it is, just praising them, and not always when things are bad, but just acknowledging them and praising them for, you know, whatever it is. So create clear rules. I know sometimes for me, it is exhausting to keep up with rules. I know I hold myself, to a lot. Okay, they can't do this, they can't do that, they can't do that. So I try to hold myself to these standards, and it can be exhausting, especially if you don't have a person that can reiterate or push those things. Even when you're married, you can be in a single parent home if the other parent is gone. And so, like I said earlier, these are different dynamics. It's so many different dynamics when it comes to single parenting. Just doing things by yourself. It can be a little taxing. So I noticed that my clear cut rules used to turn into, all right, I ain't gonna tell you again. Okay, I ain't gonna tell you again. So I ain't gonna tell you again. All right, now I told you already. So making those rules, it kind of help establish, a climate in the home. So now, as exhausted as I am, or will or could be, I still push what I say. If I said this, then I'm following through, because I know in the long run, when they get older, it gets worse. So, just be consistent with that. That was the next thing I was going to say. Be consistent. We all have to be consistent with everything that we do. So choose your battles. We have to choose our battles. Like I said, it can be exhausting dealing with discipline and never getting a break, but we have to choose what gets our energy. And so I just want to encourage you again. This is not a long, drawn out, message. This is just something to come and to encourage you and to, let you know, be patient with yourself. Go easy on yourself. Find that balance and get in touch with the spirit in you, because it's everything you need. I pray that this helps someone. I see Latrice hearing. I find that many people don't deal before they get into relationships and bring the wrong energy and their children. The children get attached and the relationship doesn't work. That is true. And that's something that we can't control, unfortunately, if the relationship doesn't work. Because, at some point, if it does work and then, it don't work, we can't help, when our children get attached. Because, of course, we want things to work out, but it don't always work out that way. And so, Keith, I see your comment. Me and my daughter and mother do a great job co-parenting, and my daughter has 2 sisters in which their fathers aren't in their lives, so I claim and do for them as well as if they're my own. That's what's up. Give Keith a shout out. Keith, you get a shout out. That's what's up. That is awesome and amazing. So again, I'm going to wrap this up tonight. I just thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you share this video. Share this with someone that needs this encouragement in this time of the year. We come into this year, we have these big goals. We have these, all of these things we may say we're going to do. And, and when it don't fall through, we feel disappointed, or, like we let people down, let ourselves down. But I'm here to tell you, make your goals, set your goals. Take time, be kind with yourself, include your children in your goals and the different things that take place in your life. Include them in your life, but not in the personal things in your life. So again, I hope that this has helped someone. If it helped one person, it's done its job. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. See me here next week for another show. Getting this good energy, this encouragement, this motivation, this information. And did I mention these good vibes? Thank you guys so much for joining me. See you next week. Peace.